Hi, this is Sive Morten with the daily update on EuroFX. I post my exclusive market overviews with the key political and economical events, charts and important levels on the ForexPeaceArmy.com forums weekly. This short video is a response to rapidly changing situation on the currency markets and should help you to stay on top of the game and be profitable. I suggest you to visit ForexPeaceArmy.com forum and read my analysis for the week before watching this daily video.
Welcome back everybody. Let's take a look again on euro currency. So we do not have a lot of events on the recent week, actually a few statistics, but still there are a lot of subjects to discuss. It's just because we see some, mismatch between different data in the United States economy. It relates to liquidity background, it relates to the recent statements that have been made by the central bank representatives, by the IMF, actually some things that we see in other spheres, particularly speaking in the cryptocurrency market. It's a bit curious. Also, we see some really accelerating, especially in the European Union, of the subject of central banks' cryptocurrencies. So somehow all this stuff relates to each other, so links together. And in today's report, we have tried to make some conclusions, trying to tie it together and come to some scenarios that might be realized in the nearest time. And actually, based on all information that we've got, if you're interested with the details, you just could read it. We think that something really big is preparing, but it will not happen too fast. So the big bank that actually everybody have expected, and lots of speeches in the media concerning the crisis and everything around it, it tells that soon it will come. But actually currently United States government have some reserves, which provides us really some time credit to make the preparation. And it seems that preparation is going, because just think about a few things. Recent statistics released relatively positive. We've got the gross domestic product, we got the drop in the PC index. In general, consumption stands on the surface, not really bad. Unemployment is decreasing. So you do not have some really hot crisis moments in the United States economy. At the same time, we see that actually market think that Fed is coming to the pivot, but you do not see the drop in the yields of the United States treasuries. This is curious. Together with this, banking authorities are raising demand, some conditions for banking capital, sufficiency, solvency. Big Wall Street companies are running for Bitcoin ETFs, and in Europe we see some acceleration for starting of the central bank cryptocurrency. So something is definitely preparing. So this is they are not separated events; they are somehow linked together. But currently, at these conditions and that statistics and that data that we have from the banking system in the United States in general, we can't recognize the particular way what will happen. We just could make some suggestions on this subject. At the same time, speaking about the shorter-term performance, it means that in the nearest time, I think that at least 5-6 months until the end of the year, probably, markets should not change too much. So with the 4 trillions in liquidity that actually Treasury has, I'm speaking about reverse repurchase balance around 2 trillions and bank reserves with the Fed Reserve System. It's already also about the 3 trillions. So at least the half of this money could be used by the Fed under different conditions by the United States Treasury. So that should be enough to satisfy spending demands for the United States government until the end of the year. So that's why we do not expect that something big will happen immediately, if of course we will not get something really outstanding on the political sphere, on some foreign affairs, something unplanned. So that's why in the short term, markets in general will be moving as they are moving right now, without any big shakes, I suppose. And on the coming week, we do not expect something really big, because actually until the mid of the July, everything already has been said. So we know what Fed will do on the next meeting. We know what the European Central Bank will do, because they have repeated this twice. And actually, that's absolutely obvious what will happen, and this stuff is already priced in. It means that the balance between euro and United States dollar could start changing if we will see rising imbalances in the United States banking sector, in the liquidity, which we're tracking week by week as soon as new data is appearing in the statistics in the United States. Currently, everything stands balanced, as you will see. That's why, following to all this stuff, what we could say, definitely on the daily chart of the euro currency, picture looks bullish. This is because this type of action is not type of reversal action. When the euro reversed, you could see what usually happens. You could see it here, here. That's different type of performance. And only question for us right now, whether the euro currency will keep going higher right from this point, based on the Friday's data, or we still will get some final and another downside action first, and then reversal will start. Because in general, you could see that after the solid upward action, market starts forming some kind of the pin and consolidation right near the nearest support area. So this, of course, some bullish sign. Besides, until the top of the round 111, here we do not have any significant resistances. Actually, we do not have any levels at all. So this is relatively free space, except maybe overbought, that's then significantly higher. So now the question that we have to answer on coming week, whether this type of action is the starting of the continuation to 111, or this is just retracement, and we need keep watching for another downside spike before reversal will start. That's our task. On the lower time frame, on the follow time frame chart, now we do not see something really clear. Based on the follow time frame chart, we could say only one thing, that market will take off all the questions from the table concerning upward reversal if it will move above the C point. So if ABCD pattern will be erased with the action above the C, that will be the definite clear answer that market indeed keep going higher. So retracement is over, pennants should be broken, and market is keep going higher. But still, this is pretty large room, solid room until this point. And I think that on the next week, we could keep an eye on 109.45 in the beginning of the week, on this level, just because of the final 618 resistance. And that mostly determines what will happen later. Besides, here you could recognize a kind of the minor hand and shoulder shape. As you can see, it might be formed. So it might be shoulder, head, and see what will happen. If we clearly start getting here some kind of the reverse hand and shoulders, that will tell you that market is preparing for upward reversal. If instead we get touching of this level, markets keep drawing and just keep going lower, that tells us we still will get another action to the 108.10 probably level. So the clue for next week, or starting of the next week, is the 109.45 area, and that's the thing that we need to keep an eye on. So because currently at this point, euro still keeps chances for the both direction. So it might be downside continuation as well, or it's indeed might be starting of the upward bounce. And depending on how market will perform around this level, we should get the answer.